What if you could build muscle faster than ever before, get stronger every week, recover like a professional athlete, but every injection quietly made your heart older, your arteries stiffer, your brain more vulnerable, and your body's biological clock tick faster? Anabolic steroids promise rapid transformation on the outside, but beneath the skin, another transformation may be taking place, one that scientists have spent decades trying to understand. Today, we're shrinking down inside the human body to discover what anabolic steroids really do to your organs and why they may accelerate the aging process. Anabolic-androgenic steroids, often shortened to AAS, are synthetic versions of testosterone. In a clinical setting, doctors prescribe testosterone to treat specific medical conditions, like clinically confirmed hypogonadism, where the body fails to produce enough on its own. But the vast majority of anabolic steroid use happens outside of a doctor's care, for the express purpose of increasing muscle mass, strength, and athletic performance. And they work. They bind to androgen receptors inside our muscle cells, kicking protein synthesis into high gear. Muscle fibers repair faster and grow larger. Recovery improves dramatically. Strength skyrockets. That's the visible, powerful benefit that users are seeking. But here's the critical detail often overlooked. Muscles aren't the only tissues in your body that contain androgen receptors. Your heart has them, your brain, your liver, kidneys, and the delicate lining of your blood vessels. Every one of these organs responds to the flood of synthetic hormones, and that response is where the hidden cost begins to add up. The heart may pay one of the highest prices. While your skeletal muscles, your biceps, your quads, are becoming stronger, your heart muscle can also enlarge. But this isn't the healthy, efficient adaptation you see in an endurance athlete. Steroid-associated enlargement can create a heart that is less efficient. The left ventricle, the heart's main pumping chamber, may become thicker and stiffer. Think of it like a pump losing its flexibility. A stiff ventricle doesn't fill with blood as easily, forcing the heart to work harder against greater pressure. As a result, blood pressure often rises. The risk of heart rhythm disturbances or arrhythmias becomes more likely. Over the long term, the science is clear. Researchers have documented significantly increased risks of cardiomyopathy, a disease of the heart muscle, as well as heart attacks, heart failure, and even sudden cardiac death among long-term anabolic steroid users. One major study found that users had significantly impaired heart function and more plaque in their coronary arteries compared to non-users. The strongest muscle in your body can, ironically, become your weakest link. And it's not just the heart muscle. Steroids also fundamentally change the blood flowing through it. Many anabolic steroids have a disastrous effect on cholesterol levels. They are known to lower HDL, the so-called good cholesterol, that helps clear plaque from your arteries. At the same time, they often cause LDL, the bad cholesterol, to rise. This combination is the perfect storm for atherosclerosis. It accelerates the formation of fatty plaques inside your arteries, a process that normally happens slowly over many decades. As plaque builds up, your blood vessels gradually lose their elasticity and become stiff. Systemic inflammation increases. Your blood itself becomes thicker and more likely to form dangerous clots. So, while you may look in the mirror and see a physique that defies age, your arteries may be aging decades ahead of schedule. A young body housing much older blood vessels, that's a dangerous contradiction. The brain, too, is rich with androgen receptors, making it highly susceptible to the influence of these powerful drugs. Supraphysiological doses, levels far beyond what the body would ever produce naturally, can profoundly influence the brain regions responsible for mood, decision-making, and emotional regulation. The stories are common. Some users report a surge in aggression and irritability. Others experience debilitating mood swings, anxiety, or deep depression, especially after stopping a cycle. Impulse control can become severely impaired. But the effects may be more than just temporary feelings. Scientists are now studying whether long-term steroid exposure contributes to permanent structural brain changes and lasting cognitive decline. Brain imaging studies have revealed that chronic users can have a higher brain age gap, meaning their brains appear structurally older than their chronological age. This premature aging is linked to deficits in memory and attention. The price for bigger muscles could be a brain that is aging far too fast. Perhaps one of the most fundamental disruptions happens deep within the body's command and control center, the endocrine system. Your body is built on a system of delicate feedback loops. When the brain's hypothalamus detects extremely high levels of testosterone, it makes a logical assumption. The body has more than enough, so it's time to shut down the factory. The hypothalamus reduces its signaling. The pituitary gland, which acts as the foreman, stops sending orders to the testes. In response, natural testosterone production falls off a cliff. This is known as HPT axis suppression. The consequences are direct and severe. Testicular shrinkage, a dramatic reduction in sperm production, often leading to infertility. And after stopping steroid use, many face a difficult and prolonged recovery, suffering from all the symptoms of low testosterone while they wait for their natural production to hopefully restart. For some, the shutdown can be permanent. Your body simply stops making its own. And the list of affected organs continues. Oral anabolic steroids, in particular, place significant stress on the liver as they're processed. They have been directly associated with liver injury, impaired bile flow, and, in rare but serious cases, liver tumors. The kidneys also work much harder. They have to cope with higher blood pressure and filter more waste products from a greater muscle mass. This constant strain can lead to lasting damage and a decline in kidney function over time. Meanwhile, steroids stimulate the bone marrow to produce more red blood cells. While that might sound good, too many red blood cells make the blood thick and viscous, like trying to pump sludge through a pipe. This thicker blood flows less easily and dramatically increases the risk of forming dangerous blood clots that can cause a stroke or heart attack. So why do scientists say anabolic steroids may accelerate aging? Because aging isn't just about wrinkles or gray hair. True biological aging is measured by the gradual decline of our organs, the stiffening of our blood vessels, the dysregulation of our hormonal systems, the loss of our cellular resilience. High blood pressure, abnormal cholesterol, chronic inflammation, unhealthy heart remodeling, hormonal suppression, and reduced fertility. All of these are hallmarks of accelerated biological aging. Anabolic steroids don't just cause one of these conditions, they can cause all of them simultaneously. The ultimate irony is that the person looking in the mirror may see a physique that appears younger and more vital than ever before, but inside, their organs are telling a very different story. Appearance isn't biology. Anabolic steroids are extraordinarily powerful drugs. They can transform a physique with astonishing speed. But biology always demands balance. Every shortcut has a consequence. And while larger muscles are immediately visible, the invisible changes happening inside the heart, the arteries, the brain, and the endocrine system may continue long after the last cycle ends. The strongest body isn't necessarily the healthiest body. True longevity comes from building strength without sacrificing the organs that must carry you for the rest of your life. Because growing older isn't just about how you look. It's about how well your body continues to work from the inside out. If you enjoyed this evidence-based journey into the hidden biology of performance-enhancing drugs, subscribe to Cell-Wise Health for more science-backed explorations of the human body.